was that performance. Come on, this isn't bumper cars at the fairground. Your results and conduct here matter, so pay more attention. We can't afford too many races like that. Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to play up your rivalry for the press and expand your reputation. Let's consider the benefits of moving to another team. Okay, everyone's happy with that proposal and we're locked in. From the next race weekend, you'll officially be racing for a new team, so you better start getting ready for the move. Great work rising to a tough challenge from your rival. You've come out on top for the time being, and there's a real positive buzz coming out of that. Let's see more of this. Welcome to your new team. Williams has a rich history, with several periods of dominance over several decades in the sport. It's high time for another one of those, and you can help make that happen. So let's knuckle down and get to work, okay?
Welcome to the only figure-of-8 track on the F1 calendar. We're here at Suzuka for qualifying today ahead of the Japanese Grand Prix. I want to talk briefly about the strategy in these qualifying sessions. Anthony Davidson, how can a driver adjust their approach to gain those critical extra tenths of a second?
Well, qualifying isn't about adjusting your approach necessarily. It's more about trying to repeat a low fuel run that you've practiced prior to this session. You're looking for perfection on the lap, and that's hard to achieve if you're trying something new. There are some variables that can stand in your way, however. Track position or unexpected yellow flags, for example. Coupled with ever-changing track conditions, it's important to be out there at the right moment. But as a driver, you have to try and ignore these distractions and just keep your mind focused on that one perfect lap.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Verstappen, Albon and Devon Butler. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. What was the secret of your qualifying pace? Are you happy with your performance today? Are you missing your old team? What exactly was it you weren't happy about? Appreciate your time.
Well done. Very solid result. You're looking good for the race.
And a very warm welcome to the Japanese Grand Prix, an event that has decided a driver's championship 11 times over the years and has hosted some very memorable races as well. Who can forget Kimi Raikkonen's win from 17th on the grid in 2005, or Kamui Kobayashi's incredible drive to a podium in 2012. We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at the unique figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with average speeds approaching 136 miles per hour. DRS will be available, of course, into the potential passing opportunity at turn 1, although the best place for overtaking will be through 130R and into the final chicane. And a warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's with me in the commentary box today, discussing the new driver lineup. Let's talk about Mia. They've just moved to Williams. How do you think they'll get on?
Well, I think this came as something of a surprise to most of us, but it could end up being a bit of a coup for the team. Getting a driver with experience higher up in the field might just be the boost they need, and I'm sure they'll be a big asset as the team continues to develop their car.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, just edging out Alexander Albon, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Butler, Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton and Perez, Weber, Gasly, Russell and Charles Leclerc, Mir, Norris, Nico Hülkenberg and Vettel, Stroll, Bottas, Kevin Magnussen and Kimi Raikkonen. Sainz and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, we've already won the championship, so relax and enjoy this race. vehicles have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. Some information on Perez. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow. We're running in excess of fuel. We can turn up the engine to mix mode 3 if you need it. Turn fuel to rich. We're leading our teammate by 14.1 seconds. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy. Pierre's currently in 6th place. P6. The difference is 2.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 36.6. Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums. Green flag. Take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. Is 3.9 seconds. damaged, expect a lot of understeer unless we replace it. A new strategy is available on the MFT. Confirmed. Understood, stopping this lap. We've been awarded a time penalty. We'll go against our finishing time at the end of... Times are falling off. We want you to pit in for repairs. Box, box, box. Release, release. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres. Has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre. The gap to the car behind is 18.2 seconds. seconds. Laps of fuel remaining. laps of fuel remaining. Verstappen's in first place. Is 21.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The time last lap was a 1:37.2. This is your final lap of the race. Is looking really good. You're managing it well. There's only one lap of fuel remaining. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
A victory for Racing Point, and the team will certainly be celebrating tonight. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
Racing Point's performance today has shown that they can be competitive with the veterans of the sport. They're making their way out to the podium now as we speak, and the reaction from the crowd must be incredibly uplifting for them. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
It's got to be Valtteri Bottas, a commanding performance that I think had the audience's eyes glued to him for the majority of the race.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. So then, Renault have done it. This result puts their victory beyond any doubt, and they're champions of the world once again. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy? You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? You had a few bumps and scrapes today. Who would you say is at fault? You and Lucas weren't far apart by the finish. Do you enjoy... Appreciate your time.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.
The air may be thin here in Mexico City, the atmosphere is anything but. The crowd have been chanting and singing, not just this afternoon, but throughout the entire weekend. There's a great love for Formula One here, and no small amount of expectation. Let's hope today's Grand Prix can meet it. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 2.6 miles of track that allows drivers to take full advantage of their cars, reaching speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and providing lots of opportunities for overtaking. The circuit features 17 corners, 10 to the right and the remaining 7 going to the left. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Mir. They've had a fantastic campaign. It's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
I agree it's been a truly impressive season, but championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Butler, George Russell and Faber, Ricciardo, Perez, Stroll and Alexander Albon, Magnussen, Sainz, Lando Norris and Hamilton, Raikkonen, Grosjean, Sebastian Vettel and Nico Hülkenberg, Bottas and Mir. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
We think you have a great chance of taking home 18th place today. Position. Box, we're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. times are falling off. We want you to pit in for repairs. Box, box, box. Exit, exit now. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. To teammate ahead is 21.9 seconds. You currently hold 19th place. Hulkenberg is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 5.9 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Vettel behind. Our gap behind is 20.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 15 laps still remaining. Job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Distance between yourself and the car behind. Currently in P5. The gap is 25.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 23.3. fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. There's 12 laps of fuel remaining. The gap to the car ahead is 12.6 seconds. Some information on Stroll. They seem to have an issue. Moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2. Some information on Vettel. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car. Our gap to the car in front is 4.2 seconds. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead. Okay, clear. He's in for his stop. Cede that position or will receive a penalty. The car behind you has just fitted the hard tyres. Car behind, running hards. Green flag. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. strategy is available on the MFD. Of fuel remaining. Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap. Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Go now. Has come in. They're now on the soft tyre, softs on the car behind. Of fuel remaining. Track is clear. Green flag. place. Gap ahead is 3.5 seconds. There's only one lap of fuel remaining. Great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work and they should be proud of the victory they secured here. Not the result our points leader wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. Some amazing talents out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day? So then, Renault have done it. This result puts their victory beyond any doubt, and they're champions of the world once again. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing. There was some contact between you two. What happened out there? You left some bodywork out there on the track. Were you struggling for grip? Appreciate your time.
If it were me, this is probably what I'd invest in.
In 2012, America's on-again, off-again love affair with Formula One finally seemed to settle down with the completion of this wonderful racing facility here in Texas. Since then, we've been treated to some incredible races, including, of course, that classic wet-dry championship decider of 2015. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas, overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and 12 at this anti-clockwise 3.6-mile track, and we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Mia. They're starting towards the back of the field today in a car that is fast, so they'll be disappointed, won't they?
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Alexander Albon will lead us away from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Weber, Sergio Perez, and Gasly, Butler, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, and Lance Stroll, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, and Norris, Hamilton, Vettel, Valtteri Bottas, and Roman Grosjean, Raikkonen, and Mir. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
It's a steep incline into turn 1 that'll help you scrub speed off. There are multiple lines, so be sure to make use of them. Nice start. Nice move. Entering lap 3 now, DRS has been enabled. Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap. Okay, box, box, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Times are falling off. We want you to pit in for repairs. Box, box, box. Is in the pits. Go, go, go. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Is 1.9 seconds. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Great pass. Some information on Stroll, they are out of the race. That's a new fastest lap for the race. gap to the car ahead is 9.7 seconds. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. Car ahead has come in to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tyres. We're at +1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target, +1. Green flag. Damage to his front wing. So we've been looking at the damage, and we think you should be okay to continue. It'll cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. can't sustain this level of damage. Okay, clear. You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident. The difference is 8.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The time last lap was a 1:42.0. Our gap to the car in front is 27.1 seconds. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Has the lead. Gap to teammate behind is 20.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're in 18th. The time last lap was a 1:43.7. This is your final lap of the race. Seems they fixed whatever the problem was. They're coming back up to speed. Gap ahead is 16.0 seconds. Nice work, you did well today. I think the boss will be happy with that one.
So as they climb out of the car, the Red Bull team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly well-deserved win. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Mia. They fought so hard and had incredible pace at times, so I don't think anyone else did a better job today.
The Constructors' Championship may be a foregone conclusion at the moment, but regardless, let's look at the standings. So then, Renault have done it. This result puts their victory beyond any doubt, and they're champions of the world once again. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations. Your battle got a bit heated, didn't it? You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip, or did you... Appreciate your time.
So it's time for qualifying here at Interlagos, the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. The teams have completed their preparations and are just waiting for the pit lane to open before they take to the track. And as we count down to that green light, I have to say, Anthony Davidson, that this rain is not showing any signs whatsoever of abating. I imagine we'll be looking at some last-minute setup changes to better adapt these cars to the conditions. What do you think?
The trouble is, Crofty, they need to be thinking about the race tomorrow. You don't want to go jacking up the ride heights and piling on a few points of extra downforce that you're not going to want in the Grand Prix itself. The Parc Fermé regulations mean that you have to make that choice. The best thing the drivers can do is adapt with the tools they have available in the cockpit. Moving the brake bias forward will help stop the rear end slipping out under braking, and opening up the differential can really help tame the oversteer on corner exit. The drivers that can make best use of these techniques will have the best chance for success here today.
Good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Mir, Weber and Alexander Albon. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. It's been a great qualifying session for you. Tell us about qualifying. Lucas was on top form today, wasn't he? How does it feel to be on the front of the grid with your old F2 teammate beside you? How does a car perform in these conditions? Is it an advantage or a disadvantage? Great, well that's everything.
Right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. Title deciders, heartbreak, triumph and home glory. All these and more can be found in abundance here at the Autodromo José Carlos Pache. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me once again for the Grand Prix. Let's talk about Mir. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Mir lines up on pole position, and starting alongside is Lucas Faber. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Albon, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc and Butler, Norris, Russell, Verstappen and Sergio Perez, Vettel, Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas and Sainz, Gasly, Magnussen, Nico Hülkenberg. They've taken a grid penalty, and Roman Grosjean, Raikkonen and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care. That's a decent start. Good job. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. being, conditions looking good. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Leading our teammate by 18.4 seconds. job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Got that confirmed? the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down. The pit window, you'll be on the hards. To teammate behind is 38.5 seconds. The difference is 35.0 seconds. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:16.1. Now, we're boxing this lap. Okay, we should be good on tyres for a while. The wear doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Just take care when you load them up. Pit now, pit now. Go now. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. The gap behind us is 14.5 seconds. Roman is in for his stop. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Charger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum. Increasing the gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep this up. target is +1. Faster engine modes are available. This is your final lap of the race. Engine is showing small signs of wear. Power output will be down. Superb driving. That's the race win.
Here they are then, coming into Parc Fermé, and an excellent win for the Williams team. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Williams have put in an incredible performance out on the track today. I'm glad all the hard work of theirs has finally paid off. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, it's got to be Kevin Magnussen. He displayed exceptional skill out on the track today and wasn't afraid to fight his way through the pack.
Nothing can challenge the leaders of the Constructors' Championship at this point. But, so then, Renault have done it. This result puts their victory beyond any doubt. And they're champions of the world once again. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. It was more like Dodgems than Formula One today, wasn't it? How are you feeling after that win? Well, looks like your luck has changed. You're surpassing all expectations. Great. Well, that's everything.
Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on that podium.
It's twilight here in the United Arab Emirates and twilight also on another Formula One season. It's been a captivating story throughout the year, but will we see one final dramatic twist before the end? The Marina circuit is made up of 3.4 miles of track, featuring 21 corners with 2 very long straights. DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones at both turn 8 and turn 11 offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners as well, in particular turns 15, 16 and 17, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. With the Grand Prix nearly upon us, Anthony Davidson is by my side once again to offer his perspective. Let's discuss Haas. They haven't had a single retirement in the last 10 races. What do you make of the car's reliability?
I think they can be fairly pleased with that record so far. The first thing any good car needs is a solid, reliable base with which to build on, and they seem to have that this season.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday and will start from pole position, and Alexander Albon lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo and Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Butler and Kevin Magnussen, Gasly, Raikkonen, Lance Stroll and Vettel, Faber, Bottas, Romain Grosjean and Sergio Perez, Hülkenberg and Mir. And now it's time to head down to the track.
It's been a long season, but let's try to end it on a high note. That position back. That was an illegal overtake. Let me know you're all right. Somewhere on the ICE, be aware that we will start to see a loss of power. this overtake. DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. Take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. New strategy is available on the MFD. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. Copy. Is going to be down slightly. It's showing some minor wear. That's a new fastest lap for the race. We've moved into P4. Green flag. Is damaged. Expect a lot of understeer unless we replace it. Check your MF. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Coming at the end of this lap. Okay, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Times are falling off. We want you to pit in for repairs. Box. We've been awarded a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Release. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Is in the pits. Has come in to fit the mediums. is 16.9 seconds. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. We're leading our teammate by 6.7 seconds. In first place. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. In this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon. The gap to the car ahead is 4.6 seconds. The time last lap was a 1 minute 44.3. Some information on Norris. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. laps of fuel remaining. Okay, clear. Turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum. Our gap to the car in front is 1.9 seconds. Some breathing space between you and the car behind by a few seconds per lap. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. job, mate. That's a fantastic podium. Super driving, really strong pace. Very, very happy.
Victory for the team from Milton Keynes then, after a quality performance. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, you know what they say, to finish first you have to finish. And that fact was clear today, with lots of retirements having a big effect on the outcome of the race. As a driver, you tend to keep reliability concerns to the back of your mind and just focus on what's in front of you. But for the teams, races like this can be very stressful.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I have to give it to Mia. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
The Constructors' Championship may be a foregone conclusion at the moment, but regardless, let's look at the standings. So then, Renault have done it. This result puts their victory beyond any doubt, and they're champions of the world once again. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You were cutting your way through the field during the race. You're beating all expectations. Devon got a DNF result today. That was a good race for Lucas. Are you... Great. Well, that's everything.
Nice job this season. You've been performing well, and that's putting us in a strong negotiating position contract-wise. Plus, my 10%'s getting more valuable. So enjoy your break, and keep up the good work next year. Fantastic podium. Well done. Keep pushing like this for the rest of the season. Good thinking. Maybe there are better options elsewhere. Our proposal has been accepted, so start saying your goodbyes. You'll be moving to the new team for the next race weekend. I hope you're ready to get another season started. Let's try and improve on last year.